And we're live. Yay, we're live. Hello, everybody. Hi, welcome back to Anime Church. Okay. Dang it. I thought I'd posted it to my own server. No. Couldn't possibly do that. No, it got double posted. Anyway, welcome to Anime Church. You're free to cosplay here. We won't judge you. We're not an actual church. But we do take donations in kind. Not yet. Oh no, we alms. I we have to take care of the travel vehicle for a Kai God. Greatly appreciate help with the air conditioning repairs. All right. But no, guys, welcome to Anime Church. I'm Richie Roberts, your Minister of Science and Technology. Mm-hmm. Mm. Oh, hang on one second. I just realized something. For some reason, even though I had it on the right thing, let me go back. Yeah, it changed again. Hang on. All right, now that I'm back on the actual server, because as soon as I go to update it, it shorts itself out. So let's do the intro again. I'm Richie Roberts, your Minister of Science and Technology.
I'm Moonlight Sparks, your Minister of Arceology. Praise Arceus.
It worked.
I am Hoshi Nugget, your nun of nuggies.
And I am Fenrir Sarun, your patron saint of snackos and alcohol.
I gotta fix another thing. Hang on.
Oh, damn it.
Oh no. They heard you guys. Everything's good with you guys.
Okay.
My thing is not on the screen. So there we go. Now they can see my Fugi.
Hello.
All right.
Okay,
Oh,
yeah, you
good
had
morning to
moved it.
you.
Yep.
Oh, you have to leave for a meeting? That's awesome. I'm reading the chat like you asked me to.
Oh
Morning,
no, go
Cameron.
for it. Go for it.
Mhm.
So yeah, hi Seagoat. But yes, we had last night Netflix decided to drop a bunch of stuff on us. And to be fair,
dare.
I could have included one other thing, but I don't think it had anything to do with anything. It's literally Ben Affleck and Matt Damon walking into the green room for Cookie Monster dressed as like FBI as like DEI agents or something, like put the stuff down, and it's just chocolate chip cookies. Yeah. It was cute, but like didn't really have any merit on this.
You mean DEA agents?
Sure.
Drug
Whatever.
Enforcement Agency?
Nah, drug enforcement ignoramus. But idiots. I don't know. DEA, DEI. It's whatever. I mean, I'm done pretending like I care about the government's alphabet games.
Yeah,
Skip
their
ads.
alphabet spaghetti is stupid.
Yeah. Um, that being said, though, they did drop a lot of stuff on us last night. The Chopper reveal, which we're excited to talk about, and quite a few other movies and shows. Oh, pardon me. Quite a few other movies and shows, some of which I did not even know were coming out. Also, I need to make sure real quick. I've already asked in Discord chat, but I'm curious how it sounds on stream. Guys, is my mic quality better now? It seems like it might be. Like I am hopefully louder and much more easily heard. And I don't have to be right in front of the mic the entire time to be clearly heard.
Did you get a new mic?
No, I did not. No.
Oh.
Something in the settings for Windows for my microphone had me at 65% volume for my mic through Windows, and then I moved it up to 100. So now I'm going to assume that I can be heard pretty clearly from everything. Because,
Windows did a Windows.
yeah, Windows did a Windows, and
People say seems good and it sounds consistent.
okay, so the other thing is I did just turn the gain down by a smidge, by a little bit, and it should not have been like a huge difference.
Goat says yes. I'm not noticing any of the normal volume changes.
Okay, so it seemed like it was a Windows issue. Now, some of those volume changes are going to be because I move away, or I lean further back, and it's going to sound different. That's what some of that is. Right now, I'm about 3 inches away from the mic, and then this is what it sounds like when I'm leaning back in my chair, reclining in my chair, and I'm about 2 feet away from the mic. So, but I'm gonna try
It sounds a little bit distant, but it's still good.
Well, it's
A
because I am
lot more
actually.
manageable to hear, a lot easier to hear than
Gotcha.
compared to what it was before.
All right, gotcha.
No
So
longer
yes,
is it.
think we
What?
have solved my mic issue finally, which will be good because it was going to be a pain in the butt if we did Fun Friday with everybody here and people couldn't hear one another. Also, that's the other thing that I realized we may need to invest in: some extra chairs. Yeah.
We'll sit on the floor like peasants.
First off, in my house, no one are peasants. You will sit on the floor as the natives intended.
Ah, I see.
Also, who's passing the peace pipe?
I cannot be present in the room with the peace pipe.
Okay, well,
I mean, it doesn't have to be fun stuff in there. It could just be tobacco.
It really is Fun Friday.
yeah. I mean, I never said. Look. As far as you know, it's just a pipe, or it could be made of silicone and fit into small places. You don't know.
Don't worry, Moon. You and I can go into the kitchen and make cookies.
Oh no, we're all gonna make cookies.
I'm good with that.
We're all.
It's my family's homemade recipe.
There's so many cookies.
In
that are
fact,
gonna
that
be
was a
made
part of the old family.
but yeah, we got a lot of stuff to talk about, and of course, let's go ahead and get started with One Piece Season 2, the live action stuff. Okay, so it's kind of funny that like we're talking about this up front because last night the whole reason for this preview got shown, and well, we saw the Chopper stuff, but this was basically the announcement trailer teaser thing for Chopper. And I just thought it was really cute, and I liked it because it was very on point with their characters. Good continuation of the live action, obviously. But, like, you forget until you see this stuff just how close they are to their actual characters. Like, Iñaki is Luffy.
Also, so much, in fact, that the outfit Nami's wearing is the same outfit she wears when she gets sick in the manga and the anime.
Yeah, that's extra cool. But yeah, they decide they're gonna have a slumber party, and everybody starts gathering. My favorite line is still the whole fixing the transponder snail, and is like it was more traumatic or like
It was
more
a
traumatic.
more disturbing process than you might think.
Yeah, exactly that. Yeah.
I'm
And
still
then there's the
with
swords.
Zoro.
Mm-hmm. Said there'd
Like,
be booze.
only reason I would show up is because I was told there'd be alcohol.
Yeah, exactly. Well, I mean, that's just Zoro in a nutshell. It's like you said, booze. Let's go. Alrighty. And like later, oh yeah, and then he asks for the popcorn, and Luffy gives him like 3 pieces of popcorn, which is so on point for Luffy. And yeah, it's just kind of an announcement of the newest crew member who's going to be joining, and we're gonna go take a look at that right freaking now. Unless, well, hold on. If you guys have anything to say about this particular setup or preview or tease or whatever, go ahead. Now's the time.
I like how when Sanji brought in the truffle popcorn, Luffy just reached for it. He's like, "No, it's for everyone," and then Luffy just eat it all.
And then eventually Luffy gets it all. Exactly. So I'm bored with Luffy. Yeah.
But other than that, it's just like the little details here and there that are like, oh, this is
There's-
exactly like this. This is exactly like that. Zoro with his swords. And yeah.
There's a lot of little details that I want to talk about in the next thing.
Speak now.
Because
if you never hold your
I
peace.
seriously want to break down the fuzzy boy. Our little fuzzy baby.
Mhm.
All right. Everybody, let's rip the Band-Aid off. No, this is not voiced by Brina Palencia. Okay?
But it's still pretty
Unfortunate.
good, I think.
However, the actress that is voicing her, uh, her, the actress that is voicing him is also doing the facial capture, and I'm screen sharing that part too. Uh, or at least I've got it up on stream. Their name is, oh good God, I hate when they do that. Michaela Hoover, and apparently, she is also going to be in the upcoming Superman movie. She is one of the reporters at the Daily Planet. She does, in fact, have a name. I just can't remember what the name of the character in Superman that she plays is. I just know that she is one of the people that dated Clark in the comics at one point. Cat something. But anyway, yeah, she is providing the facial capture and the voice of Chopper. And so I love that they start off, number one, I love that they start off with the hiding just exactly that way. Because that's 100% Chopper.
Yep, especially young Chopper.
Mm-hmm. So, first most important thing to point out with Chopper, they got the blue nose. That's the most important part, the blue nose. I didn't know where to keep going from there. Hang on. Should I just screen share with you guys so that we can go over this in real time? Yeah, probably. All right, there we go, guys. So we got the blue nose here. I like that you can see like the little hairs on the edges of the antlers. That's really
Because he's
like
a
this
reindeer, and
design
reindeer
is
has furry antlers. Yeah.
yeah, exactly. The whole design is really well done. I love hearing the clacking of his hooves. And when we get to the point where he falls. Okay, so right here where he kind of looks down and you see the hooves kind of separate and like it kind of like how you'd expect somebody to like wiggle their feet or their toes. What I just thought those were such cute details. Those were like some of the small things I noticed. And then the last thing that I wanted to point out was at the part where they start clapping. Right there. Yeah, the whole ear shake, ear wiggle thing that I've seen done on many an elk, deer, moose. That variety of animal. Meese. Yes, those Mises to pieces. Those Mises will tear you to pieces. But anyway.
Are they supposed to be able to hear the audio from the
No,
stuff?
no, they're not.
Okay, making sure.
No. For
Double
copyright
checking.
reasons, I will not play the audio.
Which is valid. I'm just asking to double check.
Yeah, no, I appreciate it, but no, they're not supposed to hear the audio. Might be attending anime-thon. Oh, nice. Okay.
Have
fun with
Goat.
your meeting, goat.
Enjoy. But yeah, those were the things I noticed that I wanted to point out. Everything else, you guys have a go with it. I'm leave it up to you. What were your thoughts on Chopper?
I don't know much about Chopper because they appeared after I stopped watching.
Okay.
Yeah, I don't watch One Piece.
I think he's a war criminal.
He looks
Chopper?
cute.
What?
No.
He was described to me at one point as a war criminal, so that's all I'm going off.
In the Alabasta Abridged.
Fair.
Yeah. In the abridged that Fat Dog did, Chopper was a war criminal. No. In the actual version, Chopper is a doctor. And
doctors can be war criminals.
They can be, but he wouldn't be.
He wouldn't be.
Chopper is way too innocent.
Yeah, dude, like how far into One Piece did you get?
4 kids.
So that doesn't help, especially because they skipped around a lot. So
I'm so
I remember Buggy
so sorry.
and Sanji with his lollipop. That's it.
that's
Okay.
fair. And
Yeah.
please restart.
Please
don't watch 4
restart.
Kids.
All right.
Oh,
Here's
I'm getting caught up with the live action,
oh, I appreciate that, but like also
and
there's a bit
I'm
more
waiting for the
context with the
remake
anime.
to come out before I
That's fair.
before I
Oh,
start
that's also
watching.
fair. I was gonna say, look, watch up to the end of Arlong Park. If you don't like it after that, drop the series.
I'm gonna be so real with you. That is still a lot, Richie. You can't just say that.
Yes, I
Someone has.
can.
Too
I
many people
can
would
and I
give it up
did.
before that. That's okay. Too many people would give it up before Arlong Park.
Yeah, well, I mean, pussies are pussies.
Do you look? It took so long to get through Baratier, and I almost fell asleep so many times.
Mm, yeah, no, that's also because you were staying up late for it,
No, I
or
wasn't.
lack
It
of
was
sleep.
midday.
It was just lack of
No,
sleep.
not
Yeah.
even that, because it was my days off.
Still lack of sleep.
No, I still had
Yeah.
plenty of sleep. I remember the episodes well, at least the parts that were interesting. There was also the parts where they just took so long talking about one thing or another. Baratier just took forever.
Dressrosa took forever. Baratier
That
was
one
barely
did
a
too.
hiccup. Oh no, Baratier wasn't even. Baratier was like 10 episodes max.
It felt so much longer.
My dude, it was 10 episodes max, and that's including them getting there, the whole Don Krieg and Mihawk, all that stuff. Basically 10 episodes.
Okay, guys, we're
Dressrosa
already half
was
an hour in
100.
on just the first two videos. We still have a lot to get through.
This is not a half an hour in on the first two videos. We started almost 15 minutes late.
Mm-hmm.
We're 15 minutes in. Just clarification. But your point does still stand. Any thoughts on Chopper from the others? It's actually a good thing that you guys aren't familiar with One Piece, because you're going in with like, oh, okay, so this is this new character. Cool.
Oshi, thoughts?
He looks cute,
Mm-hmm.
and his voice is cute, and
He
that's
is
about it.
cute.
Yeah. So this is Tony Chopper. He is a reindeer that ate the human fruit.
Mm-hmm.
And so he can talk, and I still really want them to do the whole thing with Luffy of like, what's the real reason that you want it? Like, the whole crew has different reasons, and only one of them is because he's a doctor. Like, literally, Sanji's he's emergency food.
Why is he called Tony Chopper?
He named
Backstory
himself.
reasons.
Backstory
Oh.
reasons that we won't go
And
into. Yeah.
He also didn't name himself.
Well,
Oh,
technically, yeah.
because I'm
Technically,
like, Tony
you're
the
right.
Tiger?
No. It has nothing to do. Tony the Tiger is Western. This is an Eastern story.
Mhm.
But yeah, Tony Chopper was named by someone that we'll probably find out about later. And honestly, Chopper's supposed to be the end of season 2 of the live action, because I think Drum Island is where it's ending. Because we've got Logtown, Reverse
Probably
Mountain.
because I think
If we
after
do Whiskey
Drum
Peak,
Island.
Drum
think after
Island
Drum
takes us to
Island.
Alabasta, yeah.
Yeah.
Because, all right, so we have Logtown, Reverse Mountain, Whiskey Peak, Little Garden, Drum Island. And I actually appreciate it, us doing it this way, because I want season 3 to just be Alabasta.
Alabasta
there's
is really
so
long,
much-
but it deserves that length.
Yeah, there's so much going on in Alabasta. If nothing else, they could do half a season just on Alabasta, and it would be fine. Yeah, but plus, I love that they cast Joe Manganiello as Crocodile. That's beautiful. That being said, yeah, the reason he can talk, and you'll find out more about him at a later date. But yeah, suffice to say that Luffy, without saying the specific phrasing, Luffy wants him as part of his crew because he's neat. That's like the closest vague answer I can give. He's like, he's neat. Also, dude, it's a talking reindeer. You'd want him on your crew too. All right. that being said, I think the design looks really good. I don't have a problem with the voice. It is sad. I wish that the dub voice of Chopper was remaining. I'd like Brina Palencia. I think she does a good job as Chopper. I would have preferred if she was still voicing Chopper, but like I also was just not going to hold my breath on that. I don't know if there's legal reasons why they couldn't use the same voice actress or anything like that, but you know, we'll never know. It could have been legal issues, it could have been scheduling issues, it could have been any number of things. That being said, let's move on. Okay. So, good fortune. Let's who wants to talk about the angel that is Keanu Reeves? Okay. Good to know. I made a show with a group of introverts, and I wondered if any of them would speak up. And now I'm learning my
To
lesson.
be fair, we did also go through and assign this stuff before the show started, and you said you'd take good fortunes.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Well, I'd talk about it, but I also wanted to get your thoughts on this. My bad.
It looks
I'll
cool.
give the introduction to it. My bad.
Yeah, I was waiting for an introduction before we started giving opinions.
Gotcha. Okay, so Keanu Reeves is a guardian angel that is supposed to be looking after Aziz Ansari's character because he wants to find someone and make a difference. And silliness ensues. It's probably the best way I can put it out there. But we all watched the trailer. What did you guys think?
It looks hilarious.
I like it. It has a character. It has an actress I really, really like.
Oh, the one that wants to go sit on his face?
Wait,
Yep,
what?
that's funny.
The girl at the end. She was like,
No.
who's the... Okay. Who's the actress?
The other, I forget her fucking name. She plays Christina Yang in Grey's Anatomy. I think that's her. Yeah.
She's one of the other angels.
That's Seth Rogen. Oh,
No,
why did I-
talking about angels.
No.
Go back to the
On-
beginning.
I'm talking... No, what I'm saying right now on screen, that's Seth Rogen.
Yeah.
Yeah,
I'm
you only
Surprised
just
you didn't catch
noticed?
that.
I was too busy listening to what the lady was saying.
It was literally in the list
Also-
of names at the end.
Yeah, I didn't pay attention to that. I was too busy thinking of Keanu
The
Reeves.
bomber's in it. Oh, that's nice.
Yeah. No, typically I don't associate anything to Seth Rogen until I hear that laugh of his.
I can always pick out his voice.
All right, gotcha. All right.
Sandra. Oh, that too. Yeah.
Yeah, this just looks really good.
It does. Like, I find it hilarious that he's referred to as a budget angel.
because
All
yeah,
he does is watch over people who text and drive.
yeah, that's so funny. Well, you gotta have an angel for everything, I guess. This is coming out on Amazon, so looking forward to that on Prime later. Like, as much as I'm looking forward to this, though, I know it's gonna go on my list, and it's just gonna sit on my list for months before I finally get to it, and then I'll be happy that I watched it.
When does it come out?
Oh, that's a good question. Let me go find out. Oh, Jesus! Really, first one up.
It just says this fall.
Okay. That will very confuse him, or extremely confuse him. But yeah, all right. On to the next thing. Baby Metal dropped a new song and a new music video. And that's about it. That's all I wanted to share, really. Except that they're teaming up with, I guess, Slaughter to Prevail is the person's name. But, like, there's this dude. He's wearing the mask and then eventually takes the mask off. And they're training him. Yeah, it's this guy. I'm trying to find like a decent freeze frame where you can properly see him. Okay, yeah, him. He's covered in tats, man. Holy cow. Anyway, yeah. It just I was like, "Oh, hey, Baby Metal dropped a new song. It's pretty cool. Check it out." That's kind of where I was at with that. Yep. Nothing too major. Okay, deep cover. Man, this looks good. So a trio of improv actors go undercover in the criminal underworld to help Sean Bean, who is a cop.
Who we all know his ultimate fate by the end of the movie.
Yeah, if he doesn't die, this movie is crap.
Mm.
So no, that being said, we watched this trailer. It made us laugh a lot, and I think we all related to it because, actors, struggling actors, broke actors, yada yada. But it is.
Quit calling me out, man.
I'm calling me out too. It's not just about you. But yeah, Bryce Dallas Howard, Orlando Bloom, Sean Bean. I'm not familiar with the other guy that's part of the trio, but he looked fun. And this was just silly, nonsense driven. It just seemed really fun. That's all. We were giggling. That's all you
It
really
is
needed
like-
to do.
Everything you want from a comedy, basically.
Yeah. Yeah. Yes. And. Wait, hold on. Where do I know that guy? That guy right there. Oh, fuck. I know him from Hot Fuzz.
Mm-hmm.
Oh, yeah. He was one of the.
That's a lintel.
Yeah, he was the twins, and he was one of the twins in Hot Fuzz. Fuck yeah.
He was not a twin.
My favorite scene from Hot Fuzz is still the
Oh wait, no,
steeple
I'm thinking of
sticking
World's
out his
End.
mouth. At
Yes.
the end where Timothy Dalton gets
This
the steeple
really
sticking out of his
hurts.
mouth. It really hurts.
going to need a lot of ice cream.
That goose is a menace. Or
I still
swan.
quote Hot
whatever.
Fuzz almost daily. I mean,
Yeah, it's so
Yarp.
good. No. Which one do you want to watch first? It's like- Is he still there? Yarp. That's so funny to think that
Yarp?
is that's the mountain. But yeah, this just looks like a hell of a lot of fun. I'm looking forward to it. Dang. This just looks silly, and that's all I really need. That being
Dude,
said,
this is a movie I would definitely go to the theaters to see.
this is another Prime Video. This came from Prime Video Canada, so this is going to be on Amazon Prime.
Oh, it's
I'm
from
looking forward
Canada.
to it.
No wonder it looks so good.
Yeah. All right. That being said, we're going to move on to the next thing. Here on Hulu, we're getting a return to King of the Hill, getting season 14.
After
and honestly,
many,
it's just,
many a year.
yeah. I didn't even know they left. I didn't know they moved.
Yeah, no. So, from my understanding, after the series finale, which beautiful ending to the series at that time, Hank and Peggy moved to Saudi Arabia to a propane production facility out there. So Hank was a, forget what they're called.
Oil barons?
No, not basically somebody that goes out there to like oversee and provide like
Oh, an
like,
inspector.
tips and that. No, not an inspector.
Oh, okay.
Like he's coming from America to help train the people on what propane is and oversee everything, make sure it's running properly before he comes back.
Gotcha.
I know there's a specific fucking word for it, and I can't think what it is.
But yeah,
But
okay.
in the
So,
meantime, Bobby opens his own restaurant.
oh, that's cool. He does look a little like Guy Fieri.
A little.
Yeah. I'm interested in seeing where this goes. Yeah.
I am too. Especially since it was such a good part of my childhood. And I'm going to say this now, subbed is the best version.
I did not want. What?
Yeah, subbed.
So you can understand what his neighbors are saying?
No, you don't. Okay, it's a joke
Yeah.
for the fact that there are people in Japan who argue over which version of King of the Hill is better, subbed or dubbed.
You're kidding me.
No, it
No,
is.
He's
Oh
It
not.
my
is
God,
literally
that's
an American
hilarious.
anime to them.
That is hilarious. I love that. I did not grow up watching King of the Hill. I didn't really watch King of the Hill much, so this does not tug on me as much. It was King of the Hill was more or less something that just kind of was in the background, and I couldn't find the remote. But like I don't have anything against it, and if it does, I hope it does well. Honestly, genuinely.
Oh, and Dale Gribble, the Pocket Sand guy, is apparently running for mayor.
That's where the pocket sand comes from. That's funny.
Yes,
Yeah.
yes, he is a heavy conspiracy theorist.
Is he like the wait, hold on. Dan Gribble. Is he one of the four?
Dale Gribble.
Dale
Yes,
Gribble, sorry.
he's the guy with the sunglasses and the orange hat.
Oh, that guy. Gotcha. Okay.
Yes,
That's yeah.
otherwise known as Rusty Shackelford.
Yeah. The one that talks all
No, that's Boomhauer.
Oh, that's
Yeah, that's
Boomhauer.
Boomhauer.
Okay. Again, I don't watch the show. I don't know. So, apologies for getting some stuff right. All right, Hoshi, it's your turn.
Monster lovers, ones who consume the beauty that is the monster.
Or the
Congratulations.
ones that want to be consumed.
Or yes, I forgot. Yes, how dare I? The ones who want to be consumed, want to be the ones to consume. Yes. I say monster
Some
lover
of
because I
them
can't
want
say
to use you.
those who partake in the monster smash. I mean, rejoice, for we are getting a new Frankenstein.
From director Guillermo del Toro,
So you know it's
featuring
gonna be good.
yeah, and
Like Frankenstein is hot, and also just like what we get of the monster is just.
Victor Frankenstein, played by Oscar Isaac.
Very good. Very
Yes, yes.
nice. Yes. I really like in the trailer when you see the like frozen horse thing.
Oh,
And
the horse and the rider.
I love that. Like that just that looks so beautiful.
Right
like,
there. Okay,
oh,
hang on. Let me get that shot. There we go. Yeah.
Like that was just there's something about it that I don't know what it is, but
Is that
there's
a
just something
crow or
about
a
it.
raven on
that-
those bodies?
Both, yes.
Well, there is a difference between the two.
Yeah. If Max was
And
here,
it's
she'd be
mostly
able to
that-
tell you.
It's mostly that ravens can mimic human speech better than crows can. That's the biggest difference. They're both very intelligent.
Mm-hmm.
Anyway, sorry.
But yes, very nice. Lusha.
Oh, I'll hit play. Is there
It's
anything
definitely an
else you wanna
interesting
say?
take on the story.
Yeah?
Like I'm intrigued by it. Like when I saw it, I was like, okay, this is pulling me in. Like, yes, I know the story of Dr. Frankenstein and his creation. I have read Mary Shelley's Frankenstein,
Oh, okay.
and this just looked really interesting. It was like because there's so many times. All right, how many times have we seen a Frankenstein like reference or a show or a movie at this point in our lives? You know, you would expect that we're filled to the brim with Frankenstein stuff. We don't need any more. But if you can make it seem interesting and new and original and yet also classic at the same time, like that's what this feels like. Feels like a return to form with pardon me, with the original Frankenstein, but also there's so much stuff in it that's new and interesting that I really enjoy that grabs my attention.
Very nice.
All right. If that's it, we'll move on. Alrighty. Uh, you know what? Moon or Fenris? Which one of you wants to talk Happy Gilmore 2?
Rock, paper, scissors.
Smash.
Fenris, you want to take it?
I mean, not much to say. I mean, it's a sequel to almost 30-year-old movie that
It
looks
feels
absolutely fantastic.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
it feels weird seeing him older.
It well,
A little,
yeah.
but like,
Because like I haven't seen any of his like newer quote unquote stuff. So like as he's older, I've always just seen like the older movies where he's younger and like more clean shaven. So
Oh.
to go from that to suddenly Scruffy McScrufferton, I'm like, hello.
We gotta show you. We gotta show you Grown Ups
Oh, I
And
love Grown
Hebe
Ups.
Halloween.
1 and 2.
Yeah, I love Grown Ups 1 and 2.
Oh, okay. Never mind. I was like, that's
Mm.
some more recent stuff.
He's 48 months. That's 2.
Lots of throwbacks to the first movie.
I love
well,
Click.
Oh yeah, I love the subway reference that's in there in the beginning too. That's really fun.
Yes. Yeah,
Talk
it's
about a
basically
hole
just
in the-
Happy coming back to golf after a who knows how long hiatus and completely whiffing.
Yeah, and I'm laughing so
Sorry,
hard.
that one shot.
I'm
That one
laughing
shot
so
gets
hard.
me every time.
Where he hits the tree and the ball hits him in the nuts. Yeah, it's great.
Yes.
I was wondering what celebrity he's gonna beat up this time since we don't have Bob Barker anymore.
Unfortunately.
Also, Chubb's kid is in it apparently.
Yeah.
And he's also missing an arm or a hand. And and one of the other kids that we see is the child of
O'Doyle, I think.
the child of the tall dude that had the nail in his head
Oh.
from the first movie.
Yeah, his old boss.
Yeah, it's his son, and there he is. He crushes the golf ball with his bare hand. Like, damn. But most
so
important
many
of all,
references to the first one.
Shooter McGavin. We got Shooter back.
who eats pieces of shit,
for breakfast. This just looks fun, and you know it's good old Netflix putting out something fun. So I'm here for it.
At this
Yeah,
point, I think he has a exclusivity deal with Netflix because
Yeah, I don't think this
I
is
don't
streaming.
blame him for that, honestly.
I think this is straight out streaming, not coming to theaters.
Yeah.
So yeah, but I'm down for that. That's good stuff. So
No,
we'll have to
I'm just
we'll have to
waiting-
get together as a group and have somebody screen share because I don't have Netflix anymore.
Now I'm just waiting for Billy Madison too.
I
That would be an interesting one.
I'm not sure. I'm not sure if I necessarily want a sequel to Billy Madison. I like it just the way it is.
I mean, that's all Hollywood wants to do now are sequels and remakes.
No, it's just that Hollywood doesn't advertise them as much because when they do, no one shows up. So it's not all Hollywood does. It's just all the mass groups will go to is sequel and remakes. Like, there's a lot of original content out there. If you want to find out what it is, check out the Oscars. I mean, they may not all be things to your liking, but there's a lot of original stuff out there. You'd be kind of surprised. All right. But that being said, let's move on. Speaking of sequels, though, we got the third Knives Out. I don't have a lot to say about this. I don't know much because it's just kind of a teaser, a date announcement teaser. But yeah, all you had to say was Knives Out. I'm in. I love these good mysteries. It feels a little like Clue, except not silly. Like not like it is silly, but not on purpose. Like it's silly because of how the other characters around the detective tend to behave. That's what makes it silly. But other than that, it's played dead serious. That being said, it's Knives Out. Yeah, I'm here for it. and the cast looks impeccable as always. Wasn't really a lot here, but if you have any thoughts you'd like to share on this particular thing, let me know.
I kind of should probably sit down and watch all the other Knives Out movies because I know nothing of the series.
They are
yeah, I mean,
really good.
They're really good. The first one is the one with well, you can see it right there. There he is. Getting him to or it's got Captain America in it. Jamie Lee Curtis. Jesus, what was the cast for Nine? Okay, you know what? I just need
I
to.
think the second one had Batista in it because I keep seeing it on.
Yes.
Netflix.
Yes, the second one did have Dave Bautista.
Knives Out cast. Okay, so
Which fantastic actor. I'm glad
No,
that he actually got
dude.
his entire situation turned
okay,
around.
so Chris Evans, Daniel Craig. So even though I'm not exactly the biggest fan of what he did to Star Wars, I'm a huge fan of what Ryan has done here. Okay, so we got Jamie Lee Curtis, Michael Shannon, Daniel Craig, Chris not Hemsworth. Which one is he? Chris Evans. Jeez, like you'll see the lineup of this movie and be like, oh my god. Let me just look up the actual cast for Knives Out instead of jumping through all this stuff. IMDb Knives Out. Okay. Yeah, this was the 2019 one. Okay. So, Jesus. Okay, cast: Daniel Craig, Chris Evans, Ana de Armas, Jamie Lee Curtis, Michael Shannon, Don Johnson, Tony Collette, Lakeith Stanfield. Oh, Chris Plummer. That's right, Christopher Plummer. Catherine Langford. Frank Oz was in that?
Yeah,
Alan
he was
Stevens.
the lawyer.
Holy shit, that was Frank Oz.
Yeah.
I never knew what he looked like. Because the only thing I know Frank Oz by is his voice. Donna Thromby, Jacob Throm. Oh no, I'm sorry. Ricky Lindholm, Jaden Martell, Edie Patterson. Kay Kalan. But like, yeah, this is a strong ensemble lineup. Oh fuck! I want to find out where that's going to be streaming. Mickey 17. I want to watch that on streaming.
Max.
So glad I got it. All right. That being
I
said,
want to watch it with you.
Oh yeah, dude. Let's. We do need to have like weekly movie nights, to be honest, or just TV nights or something where we just nerd out on shows we want to check out. All right. But yeah, that's the cast of the first Knives Out. So just that alone should be like, holy shit. That's a stellar cast. I would say star-studded, but like name recognition isn't the important part. Like every single person on that list can act their faces off and carry a whole movie themselves if needed. I mean, we've literally seen them do it. That being said, yeah, it's Knives Out. Looking forward to it. It's a lot of fun. I think you would definitely enjoy the whole murder mystery aspect of the films. So I look forward to hearing what you think about them when you eventually see, even if it's just the first one. Curious, what's your thoughts? Just genuine curious about the thoughts you might have.
Either that, or we could have a watch party with those movies, because that would be great.
Also true. Well, I haven't seen the second one. I know that the first one it's very much kind of whodunit that takes place mostly in a manor, and yeah, there's a bunch of rich snobs.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, and so seeing some people who deservedly get their comeuppance. Oh, it's so nice. All right. That being said, Netflix just decided to drop the first 6 minutes of Wednesday, and that's when we realized that Sora is a murderer. Surprise, surprise. He stabs people with that keyblade.
I mean,
And it
he is
unlocks their
pretty
death.
heartless.
That, I mean, right here, just look how disheveled he is. He's truly become a nobody. To be fair, he might be in a group of killers. An organization, one might say. There could be 13.
I mean, Amy's right, though, Richie.
Mhm.
He does see dead people.
I know. He also apparently makes them. That being said, though, what were your thoughts on this little 6-minute preview? Is everybody still pretty much where they were before they saw the preview, or did watching this change your opinions on any aspect of Wednesday whatsoever? And you don't have to have seen the first season. I'm just curious if there
I'll give
was
it a
any change
try.
whatsoever. Okay.
Yeah.
I mean, I there's one part of it that I don't like for the realism, and that's the entire interaction with the TSA.
No, I got that. I love that they pull out a severed human hand and complain to them about sunscreen. Complain to her about sunscreen. It's like, really? Okay.
And I kind of like how she just looks at the hand and just be like, really?
Yeah.
Sunscreen.
Dude, Thing was awesome in this. Also, Thing is in both seasons. Like, very prevalent. Thing is there.
Oh, Thing is like iconic when it comes to the
Yeah.
Addams family.
Well, I mean, but like Thing goes with Wednesday in season 1, more or less. I don't want to give a lot away or much really at all. It's just, yeah, Thing is there, and Thing is. I love Thing because he's a character that has no speaking whatsoever, and yet you can totally understand what he's going through. This poor hand goes through so many mental crises just being in proximity to Wednesday. But yeah, this is a older Wednesday. This is not the younger child version anymore. This is like the soon to be an adult version. So like while the themes aren't all that different, there is kind of more of a less playful tone, but like you can definitely still feel that Adam's upbringing when people try to threaten her, and she's just like, I can do better than this. It's like
We
yeah,
played it your way,
she's-
now it's time to play mine.
exactly. Yeah. That being said, yeah, I'm kind of still where I was at before. I was on board before, and I'm still on board now. It was just a really pleasant surprise to see Haley Joel Osment as a serial killer in here. And for those that have forgotten, please watch this 6-minute clip because my boy can act. Like I recognize that that's Haley Joel Osment, but like he put on the guise of that character, and it worked. Right. Anything else? Last minute stuff before we move on?
I did like the bit where they showed the past Wednesday and it was black and white and everything.
Yeah.
That was hilarious.
That was.
Oh, when she was
Alrighty.
giving the presentation on the serial killer.
Yes. Oh my god! I love the look on all the kids' faces when they
they're like,
swap the
"Ah."
camera. They're horrified. I'm just like, that's Wednesday. That's
absolutely
100%.
Wednesday.
Yeah. Ah, man. All right, next up, Stranger Things season 5. All right, who here has seen Stranger Things?
Me.
Okay, how far into Stranger Things are you?
I'm waiting for season 5.
Okay, you're past me. Good to know. I'm like halfway through season 4, and the two of you said you have not seen Stranger Things.
No, I'm not.
Okay.
Correct.
Well, here's some good news for you. Half of this trailer was literally just playing catch up with the first 4 seasons.
Cool. So I don't have to watch the first 4 then.
Yes, you do.
Yeah, you
There,
do.
it's
There's a lot of important shit that happens.
It's a bunch of greatest hit stuff.
Mm-hmm.
Like, but they're just moments. It's like it's kind of like, hey, remember this neat thing? Remember this neat thing? It's member berries from the first 4 seasons.
Yeah.
That being said, who
I
here is
remember
a fan?
Stormtroopers.
Who here is a fan of Dungeons and Dragons?
Me.
E.
Yeah. This
Wait,
who's a fan? Who is a fan of like the nostalgic portions of the '80s, like Ghostbusters and He-Man and stuff like that?
Also me.
For the
Okay.
most part.
It'll scratch a bit of that itch too. And then lastly, who wants to see some crazy psychic girl just wreak havoc on some shit?
Yeah.
There you go.
Man, I love X-Men.
That being said, this leans, I would say, the most into Dungeons and Dragons. Like, Dungeons and Dragons is an overall theme, and it can be said that the Dungeons and Dragons boom that happened at the end of the 2010s was partially responsible, or was partially because of Stranger Things. But yeah, just like, also if you kind of like Goonies, then you would probably enjoy this. So like, it's a little bit of Goonies, it's a little bit of 80s nostalgia, and some horror in there. You do say you like monsters. Well, we're gonna get ones. We're gonna get you some monsters.
good.
Yep. But yeah, season 5 is coming out in 3 parts, and they will be dropping Thanksgiving, Christmas, and New Year's. Yeah. So, that being
So if
said,
you want to avoid your family for those 3 days, watch that.
yeah, hey, there's an excuse.
I'll
Yeah.
be preoccupied.
All right, on to the gaming section. Phasmo dropped a new development preview for their upcoming release of content. This includes the Grafton farmhouse rework. So the other one that we were talking. Okay, you can't hide underneath the stairs anymore. Oh no.
Wait, what?
Mm-hmm. So wow. Okay. I like this one because it's not all pristine and pretty like the other one. This is a broken ass place. There's chandeliers on the ground. There's a hole in the stair railing. Shattered
That's
grandfather
definitely
clock.
not fine.
Cool.
This is an
Very
abandoned.
different from the other farmhouse.
Yeah, this is an abandoned farmhouse. Holy cow!
Well,
And
I
then
kind of like the idea of one of them being like, oh, someone still kind of lives here. It's still somewhat proper. And then this
Mhm.
one's like, nah, it's been so haunted. People haven't been here for like Lord knows how long.
right.
And I like that kind of duality in
Like
a way.
this kind of now looks like a map you'd find in Demonologist.
Mhm. I need to
Almost,
play
yeah.
that game.
Also,
Is it good?
the Chronicle update will be coming with this. They talked about the new media setup in the journal and how that's
Nice.
supposed to look. So this is the video stuff, the
I really
photos,
wish
the new
they would-
photo system.
I really hope they rework how you like get things from like the store or whatever, because it's kind of.
And now the sounds, you get paranormal sounds, spirit box, and ghost event. And they even show us a quick look at what the recorder looks like. You guys checking this out?
Yeah.
Okay, so walk forward. Good old the good old starter house. Walk in and hey, get activity, and then we get some noise and the tape does its thing. And
Oh,
that
that's
counts.
cool.
That counts as your evidence. But
That is
wait,
pretty damn
there's
cool, yeah.
more. They show us some more work
Oh.
in progress. Happy hunting, and we did get a date, if I'm remembering right. I just may
We all
have
need to
skipped over it.
play. We all need to play Phasmophobia.
Oh, we do. Well, I mean, you need to join us. We do play Phasmo.
Yeah.
We haven't played in a minute.
And
Maybe
to answer your question from earlier, yes, Demonologist is a lot of fun.
it is.
I might
It is a
have to
lot of
get
fun.
it.
Especially
It's-
if you play with Moon.
Yeah, oh yeah, Moon is easily startled by noises and
Aw.
It's
jump
almost a
scares work.
prerequisite for him to play with us.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Don't worry, I'll
Phasmo
protect
sounds
you.
like a good fun Friday thing. I
Thank you, Hoshi. I appreciate that.
if
You're welcome.
if memory serves, this is supposed to be coming. Yep, June 24th, 2025. Chronicle will be launching for all platforms.
Oh,
So
it
there we
launches
go.
right before KaiCon?
Right before
Yeah, right
KaiCon.
before KaiCon.
So we
Oh.
can play with it right before we all meet up.
Depending.
Okay.
Which day is it?
Which day is
24th,
what?
which
A
is
KaiCon?
Tuesday.
No, does this come out?
The
Tuesday.
24th, Tuesday.
Okay,
We can play it on a Tuesday.
maybe.
Okay, well.
I might not be able to.
Why?
Let's see, what day is Tuesday? You said it's a Tuesday, right?
Mm-hmm.
Okay, so
Tuesday the 24th.
we'll
Tuesday
have
is
to...
usually when you game on your stream anyway.
Yeah, it is. Okay.
So why don't we just use that game that day be that game?
We only have
Yeah, just-
25 days left, you guys.
A
I know.
KaiCon starts on the 26th?
The
27th,
27th.
I think. Yeah, 27th through
Okay,
the
okay.
31st.
27th, 28th, and 29th.
Okay. I was thinking about this weird then. Okay.
You were, but that's okay. Yeah, the 1st of July is on a Tuesday. But to me, it was just Tuesday. All right, Moon, it's your turn. We got the Warhammer stuff going.
Yeah, okay. So first of all, thank you very much for putting these things in here.
You're welcome.
So which one was this one?
This was Horus Heresy.
Yes. So first of all, this is really cool because I believe this is the first time we've gotten to see really a lot of the palace kind of in an animatic or it animated, and then also the Sister of Silence right there. That's really cool. You want me to go into like deep nerd lore shit or just try to keep it brief?
Try to keep it brief because we still have a lot to get through and about 50 minutes left.
Ah, damn. Okay. But this is really cool. This is literally them setting up Terra and the planets and everything around it for the battles to come. And that's kind of what we're getting to see a bit here as well. It is so cool. I've actually gotten to already read all of this. If I'm remembering correctly, this is either Saturn 9 or after Saturn 9, which is just a little before the actual raid on Holy Terra.
Is this part of the stuff that we share with each other in your library?
Yes.
Ooh, looking forward to that.
So, if you are going to start, I will show you which books to start with.
Okay, it's gonna be a minute. I've got a bunch of stuff that I gotta check out.
That is okay. Just let me know when you're ready to start, and
have
I
my
will. I
own
will.
List. Also, Amy, wait for the next one. Not this the Horus the Supremacy one. The next one. Yeah.
Oh yeah. But oh man, there's just a lot happening here. A lot being shown. Honestly, I don't see why they don't invest into movies animated like this because they would make money.
Mm.
But yeah. These, I believe, are the Saturn 9 dreadnoughts. Or not dreadnoughts. Forgot what they're fucking called. Either way, big scary things, giant shoulders for whatever fucking reason. Very strong.
80s.
Yeah. And it's really fun because all of this awesome stuff is just to sell little plastic figures that you tickle with horsehair brushes.
That's
Love
the
breaking
best
down the
way
hobby
to
like that.
Describe painting.
It is.
Every
One of
I've
them-
ever heard.
Did
One
you
of
have
them
to
is-
say it like that?
Yes, because it
Yes.
is hilarious, and you can make it worse by saying, "I like to tickle little men with little plastic men with tiny horsehair brushes," because it's true.
I need to tell that to Mags.
It's so funny. Also, getting to see the Sigilite there. That's the dude with the golden thing. That's really cool. I don't know if he's been animated in anything else yet. Even if he has, it's just cool to see more shit with him. There's a whole big thing around him that I could go into, but I'm not gonna.
This is just a trailer to sell more tiny plastic men.
Absolutely. Everything Warhammer does is just to try to sell more tiny plastic.
Did you say
Well,
tickling
the
little
other
men?
one is actually a game trailer. So
Yeah, oh, okay. The game, well, believe it or not, that is, even the game is still to sell the little tiny plastic
Well,
figures. They
okay,
make
so-
more of a profit off of those plastic figures.
Supremacy, which I'm assuming is based on like the trailer info I got from this, seems to be a top-down RTS, real-time strategy.
Mobile game by the looks of it.
Well, yeah, mobile and PC. So,
Like Raid, Shadow Legends.
oh no,
Yeah, I'd rather not. Ugh.
I don't raid. We don't raid. We don't raid Shadow Legends. We are the Shadow Legends, and we raid dungeons. All right.
Many different types of dungeons.
But this is pretty cool. I want them to make another Dawn of War, damn it. But they won't.
But it is
If
going to
it's-
satisfy one of the itches that your sister has in the 40K universe.
Orcs, yes and no. I mean, like, we're probably just fighting orcs, but it's not going to be, like, heavily orc-centered. Blood and Teeth and Speed
they are.
Freaks. Those are the orcs games, and those are amazing. I need to still get and play Blood and Teeth, but Speed Freaks is so much fun. And it's just because orcs are hilarious. If this is a mobile game, and especially like the mobile game I'm thinking about, I don't care. I try not to touch the mobile games. I don't even touch the card games that they have. It's just not my thing.
No, I got
It
you.
looks cool though. It looks really cool. It's the guard fighting orcs, and they even showed some chaos. So that's cool. Classic stuff. Like you just can't beat it. But having the orcs there, always fun. Just love orcs.
Gotcha.
Greatest part of the game, honestly, or the lore
Okay.
even.
All right. On to the next thing. Game strikingly similar to One Piece pulled from My Nintendo Store in Japan. Red Fable's Pirate Anime Quest, One Boy's Journey, A Piece of Island Love, and Pirate Anime Quest, One Girl's Journey, A Piece of Island Love, pulled. Live Door News reported on Wednesday that the Nintendo Switch games Pirate Anime Quest, One Boy's Journey, and A Piece of Island Love, and Pirate Anime Quest, One Girl's Journey, A Piece of Island Love, by Red Fables have been removed from the Japanese My Nintendo Store. According to the article, the games are strikingly similar to the popular anime and manga franchise One Piece in both art and story. What? What? That's totally not Luffy's scar right there. No. See what happens when you guys just let AI run free? And you're like, we don't care about our artists. Then somebody just goes, okay, cool. I'm going to use my AI to do this.
Also,
right.
he's got Nami's tattoo.
I know. There's no originality in that whatsoever. The description of the games by Red Fable states, navigate through mysterious waters aboard a ship where danger, longing, and secrets pulse with every wave. Meet irresistible pirates, each with their own wild magnetism and hidden scars, and stand by them, not just in their adventures, but through the emotional storms they carry. Through provocative questions, strategic combinations of magical fruits, Jesus Christ, and intense moments, unlock daring images and endings as fiery as they are unpredictable. Each pirate hides far more than their tattoos and challenging gazes reveal. Can you truly read their deepest desires and conquer their untamed heart?
I was
The
kind of
live-
hoping to see wealth, fame, and power pop up in there.
Well, you can't all have it. The Live Door article also notes that according to Steam, Red Fables includes AI-generated content in its other games. No shit.
Really? Who could have guessed?
Who could have seen this? Red Fables reports the use of AI for color enhancement, lighting, and character posing, combined with Adobe Suite programs for the final touch. You know what? I was trying to be nice and give the benefit of the doubt, but if a human being just openly plagiarized One Piece, you deserve whatever ass kicking you're about to get in court.
Mm.
That being said, I don't have any more thoughts on this. I've said everything that I thought. If anybody else has something they want to add to this, now is the time.
Honestly, if this
Disappointment.
oh yeah, if this actually
Disappointed.
doesn't use AI, I will be very surprised. But also, this
no.
looks and sounds like a game I would find on Newgrounds.
No, they straight up confirmed that there is AI in use. They're trying to say
Oh,
that it's
lovely.
only as a tool, and I'm like, you're the
'Kay.
tool. Like, you're a tool. I'm like, yeah, no.
You're a towel.
All right, on to the next thing. Moon, I believe this one's yours.
Mm-hmm. Sega announces Racing Around the World campaign with Red Bull, of course. It's the fastest race of them all! Racing around the world! Sega announced that its popular Sonic the Hedgehog character has partnered with energy drink and extreme sports brand Red Bull for a high-octane year of racing around the world. The announcement features a 2.5-minute video of Sonic racing Red Bull high-speed stunt driver Brandon Simonek. Pardon me. Sega's press release notes that this is the Sonic team's brand campaign for this year. It will promote the upcoming Sonic racing cross worlds and will unite the Sonic community by drive, encouraging fans to tap into their full potential and go above and beyond. Simonek said, "Before I ever sat in a real race car, I was playing Sonic the Hedgehog racing games, really anything with speed. That was my intro to racing. It all started with pixels and a controller, but this obsession with going fast was real from day one. Getting to work with Sega on this project was full circle, bringing racing into more people's hands the same way it started for me." Marcella Churchill, vice president of Sega and Atlas brand marketing, added, "The Racing Around the World fan celebration embodies everything fans love about Sonic, from his super fast speed, bold attitude, and ability to inspire fans to push their limits." Churchill continued, "Our partnership with Red Bull delivers a thrilling stunt racing film that brings key elements from the Sonic universe to life for fans worldwide. We hope it brings fans together and allows them to experience the excitement of the Sonic racing universe like never before." The Game Awards 2024 announced Sonic Racing Cross Worlds in December. The game will launch on the PlayStation 4, PlayStation 5, Xbox One, Xbox Series X, S, Nintendo Switch, and PC via Steam and the Epic Games Store. The Sonic the Hedgehog YouTube channel released a minute-and-a-half trailer on February 13th, but as of press time, no release date has been announced. Everybody supersonic racing. So this is pretty cool. Like,
Nice. Hopefully it's good.
yeah, I have more faith in Sega than I do Nintendo right now.
Yeah.
In fact, if Sega came out with a console again, I would probably get it.
Yeah.
Why? One thing I don't understand is why didn't they use the movie Sonic instead of a guy in a suit? Oh, it just looks so funny. The car looks really cool. I kind of wish I had that.
Wait. Yeah. Gotta go fast.
Absolutely. I'm guessing Richie stepped away or something.
Mm.
I'm back.
There he is.
Moon, I told Mags what you just said about the Warhammer.
Tickling
figurine.
little plastic men with horsehair brushes.
Yeah,
Sorry,
and
I had to-
then she's like, I love that so much.
It's
Sorry, I
so
had to
funny.
step out for a second. Someone was at the door.
Okay.
unexpected and untimely. This is still you, right? Pokemon Legends?
Yes.
That's why I thought I was safe. I was like, oh, he's got the next story too.
Yeah, I just didn't know if you would have had anything to say about Sonic either. Yeah.
No, I'm not
Okay.
not my horse, not my clowns, or not my
Sonic is
circus, not my
amazing.
clowns.
Thank you,
Don't
Hush.
let it be an 06 situation.
Please, dear God. Okay. Pokemon Legends ZA game launches on October 16th. I wish I could be more excited for it.
Yeah. It just looks
Nintendo
like-
announced on Wednesday that the Pokemon Legends ZA game will launch on October 16th. The game will launch for the Nintendo Switch and Switch 2. The game takes place in Lumiose City, located in the Kalos region from the Pokemon XY games for Nintendo 3DS. The city is going through an urban development plan, a vision of beautiful coexistence between people and Pokemon. There are wild zones throughout Lumiose where wild Pokemon live. Catching Pokemon works similarly to Pokemon Legends Arceus game, and players throw Pokeballs at Pokemon in the field to capture them. However, unlike the previous Legends game, battles play out in real time. Pokemon can move to avoid attacks and reposition themselves during battles. Different moves have varying reach and area of effect. Mega Evolutions, a powerful temporary power-up for fully evolved Pokemon, return from Pokemon XY. Thank God. Please keep it. Mega Evolution was the best gimmick they had. Jeez. Starter
At least
Pokemon.
admit it was a gimmick.
Oh, it is a gimmick. Don't get me wrong. But a gimmick can still be a good thing. They change the gimmick every game now. And it's like,
Why?
just stick to one. God, Z
Yeah,
moves were
just let me
stupid.
date the MILFs, damn it.
Meanwhile, Pal World's over here like, we're only all the things we're changing, we're being forced to. I'm like, yeah. I get it. Yeah.
It's okay.
I don't think you should be allowed to patent game mechanics, but that's just me.
It's okay, Richie. Modders.
Well, I
have
mean,
put
America
back
agrees, but
everything
Japan
back
does
in.
not.
Yeah.
Well, not entirely. Warner Brothers might need a second on that one.
I
Mhm.
did
Oh
not.
boy.
I didn't play the last one.
No, literally the Nemesis thing that they put out for Lord of the Rings.
Mm.
That literally Warner Brothers patented and won't let any other game use. That's
Oh,
stifling creativity in the gaming in the development.
Yeah, it
sphere
very
of
much
gaming.
is.
Yeah.
Who knows? Maybe Warner Brothers will see this and be like, okay, fine, and remove
No,
it.
they're looking like, we made a good decision. Let's double down.
Yeah,
Yeah,
no,
probably.
that's absolutely what they would do. Unless this goes unanimously in Pocket Pair's favor, and this blows up in Nintendo's face. Like, Nintendo hasn't been making like the best of moves recently over the last 6 months or so. But I mean, people are still gonna buy their shit, and that's the sad part. It's like, guys,
Yeah.
the only way Nintendo learns a lesson is if you go for their wallet, but you won't.
Well, I'm certainly not giving them much more money.
Well,
Partly because I can't afford it, and
I
partly
was
just
gonna
because,
say,
like,
partly because you don't have the money to give them,
exactly.
but
But also just partly because, like, $80 for a video game. And
Mm.
not to harp on Nintendo, but when I say especially for a Nintendo video game,
Mhm.
there are only two franchises I might be willing to spend that money on, and that is Zelda and
Nintendo,
specifically the 3D Mario.
Oh yeah, and again, I agree. EC voice. Nintendo does need to humble themselves, and congratulations on starting up Freerin. That's awesome. All right, sorry. Continue on.
Yep. Starter Pokemon include Chikorita, Tepig, and Totodile. The Tepig is from the 5th generation Pokemon Black White, while the other two starters hail from the 2nd generation Pokemon Gold Silver. Characters include the new ally Urbane Ortani, as from Pokemon XY, runs the player's hotel. Jet is the CEO of Quasartico Incorporated, which is in charge of the urban development. Her secretary is Vinny. The colors in the ZA portion of Pokemon Legends ZA's logo match that of legendary Pokemon from the series' 6th generation, Zygarde. The 10% form, resembling a canine, is featured in the game's second trailer, whereas previous Pokemon Legends Arceus games featured the history of Pokemon Diamond Pearl Sinnoh region, Pokemon Legends ZA explores Pokemon XY's Kalos region. Okay, I don't think I need to read the rest of this shit.
All right, cool. Yeah, we're good.
Either way, it's like this is my favorite version of Pokemon now.
Mm-hmm.
And the funny thing is it is because it is most similar to Pal World.
Mm-hmm.
Because you can actually run around, you can actually throw balls at Pokemon. Like, you don't even have to fight them. You just run up to them, throw it at them. If they are low enough level and you have a good enough Pokeball and catch rate and everything, you don't even look at it. Throw the ball and run away. Doesn't matter. It was such a good thing. And I honestly wish two things. All Pokemon games become like that, and Nintendo to allow Game Freak to slow the fuck down. I am convinced part of the reason why most of the Pokemon games are as bad as they are is just because Nintendo forces Game Freak to keep pumping out a Pokemon thing every year.
Yeah, no, that's a lot of the reason why I think that Assassin's Creed kind of lost its flair, because they were putting out a new one every year, and it's like, guys.
Moon, you might hate me for making this comparison, but Pokemon is just the dogfighting version of Madden.
Look, Mighty Morphin
Madden?
Michael Vick. Yeah.
Sports games. Every year they put out the same game with very little updates.
FIFA.
Well, it's not FIFA anymore because FIFA took the licensing away.
Fair.
True, but no, Madden, every year there's a new Madden game, or NBA 2, whatever.
Mm-hmm.
NBA
And that's
WWE.
exactly what they're doing with Pokemon,
Yeah.
and it's terrible.
It's Mighty Morphin Michael Vick, the annual pass. Yeah.
No, I think Power Rangers would still be better than this, even if they were putting out literal games every year, because like it's literally just a fighting game. How do you fuck up?
Okay, so no, that I think you should. You're from Georgia. You should probably okay. If you're just referencing one but choosing to ignore the other, I get that. But yeah, the whole Michael Vick thing, I equate that to Pokemon, because he got in trouble for dogfighting.
Okay, and
And that's at the very core of what Pokemon is.
Yeah,
you're not wrong, but
yeah, that's why.
that's just a tired argument that I don't really care about. This is a video game.
It's also one of the hardest bars that was in the Ash Ketchum versus Charles Darwin rap battle. Mighty Morphin Michael Vick, your animated slave fights make me sick. I'm like, damn. All right, that's a bar. That's a bar. All right. Anyway, on to our next topic. Fenris, you have the next two.
Naruto anime producer and licensee TV Tokyo won its lawsuit against multiple actors found to have infringed on trademarks and copyrights for the popular Naruto IP. The U.S. District Court for the Northern District of Illinois entered a default judgment, the defendants didn't respond, on May 28th against 47 defendants. They must now each pay $100,000 for willful federal trademark and copyright infringement. Below are examples of counterfeit items sold by the defendants. Some of those actually look pretty high quality, which is really upsetting. TV Tokyo brought the lawsuit over the defendants creating numerous stores designed to appear to be selling genuine products licensed by plaintiff while selling inferior imitations of plaintiff's products.
Oh,
TV
so
Tokyo
this isn't like pirating anime. This is merch. Oh, this is way.
Yes.
Oh, y'all are fucked.
TV Tokyo adds that it has been and continues to be irreparably damaged through consumer confusion, dilution and tarnishment of its valuable trademarks as a result of defendants' actions and seeks injunctive and monetary relief. The
Mm.
trademarks were all filed in the 2000s by Naruto's manga publisher Shueisha. The
Mhm.
guilty defendants are now barred from engaging in further counterfeiting.
Oh yeah.
Their websites will also be seized and either transferred to TV Tokyo or made inactive and untransferable. Given that counterfeiters often operate under multiple aliases, multiple defendants in this lawsuit may refer to the same actor. In this event, the judge ruled that the $100,000 cost of damages applies to each actor only once, reducing the amount TV Tokyo will receive in damages. The defendants' payment providers, such as PayPal and Amazon Pay, were given 7 days to block the counterfeiters from transferring their funds up to a $100,000 order. And there is a list of the counterfeiters below.
Jesus Christ, that is a
So,
large
and then,
amount. To be fair,
yes,
this is a good thing for multiple reasons, but number one is that you won't get fooled at a con by somebody selling crap, knockoff stuff at the prices that you would have to pay for regular brand name official merch. So you're not getting ripped off. Yeah. That being said, this is good. I'm glad this is happening.
yes.
Oh, wow. There was a successful lawsuit over the Ruby trademark and copyright infringement in April. Good to know.
Yes.
Alrighty.
And then, next up, Texas done fucked up.
Yeah. Oh, wait. Hold on. I didn't
Hmm?
get the Texas one. That's.
Or
Where's
if
the.
did I open
The
these out
Texas
of order
bill.
again?
The Texas bill is further down.
Okay, I opened these out of order.
Okay. Yeah, the next
Yeah, so
one's
next should
Bandai.
be the Gundam Museum.
Yeah, yeah.
Yes, there we go. Sorry,
No,
had
you're
to
good.
had to get the proper one pulled up here.
You're fine.
Okay, here we go. Bandai is opening a new museum dedicated to its Mobile Suit Gundam plastic model kits on September 2nd, 2025 in Shizuoka, Japan. The museum will not only allow visitors to learn about everything Gunpla, but they will also be able to watch them being made in the factory and even try their hand at designing their very own Gunpla model kit to take home. Also, good news for non Japanese speakers, the museum displays and guidance will also be in English. Bandai has been making Gunpla since the 1980s. Gunpla are model kits of mecha from the long running Gundam anime series. They are shipped in a grid of plastic runners that hold all the pieces together. Cutting away the excess plastic, the builder assembles their Gundam by snapping the parts together. With the enduring popularity of Mobile Suit Gundam and its various anime series, the demand for Gunpla models has soared in recent years, with 50% of sales coming from outside Japan, according to the Nikkei. To address this increase, Bandai is opening a new Gunpla factory at Bandai Hobby Center in Shizuoka. The new museum will occupy the second and third floors of the factory. The Bandai Hobby Center Playmo Design Industrial Institute Museum, or BHCPDII Museum for short, will have the windows that let will have windows that let visitors look down onto the factory floor to see the Gunpla kits being made and packaged. Then visitors enter the interactive laboratory area. Here they can experience the entire process of making their very own Gunpla, from choosing the colors and sizes for each piece of the Gundam on screen, to laying out the pieces in the plastic runners and designing the packaging. Staff will do the injection molding of the plastic, and visitors can take home the packing they designed and the runner plate. Not only that, but there's a chance your creation could win an award, as Bandai Spirits' employees will be selecting the best 3 customer created Gunpla each month. All visitors to the museum will require advanced reservation, as demand is expected to be high when they open in September. The official website will start a lottery ticket on June 2nd. More information can be found on the museum's official English website. Mobile Suit Gundam G-Quax is the latest Gundam anime series, but if you're not sure where to start or what... Oh, never mind, that's just them plugging another fucking thing.
Yep. All right.
But this is something I am definitely gonna do when I go to Japan.
Make your own Gundam museum.
Mm,
Make my own custom gunpla. Yes.
that'd be really cool.
Alrighty. Moon, it is time.
Dun 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 dun.
Let's talk about Dun Dun Dun.
Dun 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 dun. Okay. So excited, especially because of how the last one ended.
Or didn't end.
Yeah, so fucking annoying how it
Super
went.
annoying. Alright. Let's go.
Oh man. So yeah, this new Dun 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 trailer. It's really cool. We get to see a lot of I can't even say a lot of. We get to see scenes from season 2. I think a lot of it probably is just from the first 2 episodes even.
Probably.
With
Yeah, oh,
some clips from later episodes.
and I got to point out the Japanese voice for Turbo Granny to you.
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
In English,
Luffy!
Turbo Granny shares the same voice actress who did the dubbing for
Rita Repulsa.
Rita Repulsa, and in Japanese, it's
Mayuki
Luffy and
Tanaka.
Krillin.
Yeah. Literally Mayuki
Oh, it's
Tanaka.
so
It's
great.
Yeah, she's wonderful. Oh, hey, we got the science doll again. Yeah, more of him.
Mm-hmm.
He's so silly. I love
Such
it.
a beautiful love story. Better love story
It
than
really
Twilight.
is. Most love stories are better than Twilight.
Facts.
Better love story than 50 Shades.
Hmm.
I mean, 50 Shades was just Twilight fan fiction.
Yeah.
Really, legitimately, yes, it is.
Yes. Like, very badly done Twilight fan fiction. Anyway, yeah. Looking forward to more of this silly ass series. I'm probably going to wait until it's done and then binge it.
I don't blame you.
the only way I'd watch this episodically is if we got the other two in here to binge the first season right before season 2 comes out, like a week before season 2 drops. That way it just feels like, oh, you're just waiting a week for the next episode, like we all are, like it was normal. You know, that's the because I don't want to do to them what was done to us, where they watch the series and then suddenly
I know how season 1 ends. I've
Oh,
had
God.
plenty of people spoil it for me.
Assholes.
Those assholes. But do
I
you know
don't know,
how?
so-
But do you know how season 1 goes? That's the important part.
Yes, I've also had that spoiled for me.
You've had all of season 1 spoiled for you.
Well, did you ever get to see what the banana organs look like?
No.
Sorry, the what?
Exactly.
Exactly. So you gotta watch.
Yeah.
Okay, Fenris might have had it spoiled, but I haven't. I literally just got to like Turbo Granny being put into the weird cat doll thing.
Mhm.
Oh. There you go.
And
The ball.
there's a reason why I have not stayed. I was not watching it. So I've had people tell me about it every week. I'm just like, please, I want to binge it all at once. Stop.
To be fair, I think it would be a good thing to just go ahead and sit down and see it. Because like seeing it and there's a difference between being told and actually experiencing it yourself. So, if you decide to give it a shot,
Eventually
got
I
your back.
will.
Yeah.
Eventually I will. It's just I want to let everything fade from memory before I do, so it's at least somewhat new when I don't get
Okay.
don't
I
get
can.
like that. Oh yeah, this is what they told me about. Well,
I'll stand.
there goes any enjoyment I would get.
All right, when you get over here, I'll stand on my chair and I'll jog your memory like Fezzik.
Fezzik, jog his memory. I'm sorry, I didn't mean to jog it so hard.
Exactly. There you go. All right, and on to the next one. This one also submitted by you, Fenris.
Oh yes. Wow, this is really out of order for me.
Yeah.
Death Stranding 2 on the Beach, such a weird fucking name, will feature a cameo from enormously popular VTuber Usada Pekora. Kojima Productions has revealed. If that sentence made your brain hurt like it did mine while writing it, allow me to unpack. Okay, blah, blah, blah. Nope, nope, nope. On a recent episode of Kojima's radio show, the famed director revealed that he had to start turning down requests to appear in Death Stranding 2 because the process of scanning people into the game was taking up too much time at the studio. Make no mistake, there
If
were
it's
still
just a
plenty of...
VTuber, that's easy.
Yeah, make no mistake, there were still plenty of preppers and Death Stranding 2, but apparently about half of the folks who wanted to be one had to be turned down. Well, apparently one person who made the cut isn't a person at all. Obviously, there's a real human behind Hololive VTuber Pekora, one of the most popular to ever do it, but it's the anime persona that's going to appear in Death Stranding 2, according to a tweet from the official Kojima Productions Twitter account that includes a video of Sam Porter greeting the VTuber.
Man has priorities.
Yeah. Two very funny things to discuss. One is it's hilarious to imagine celebrities, let's say Pedro Pascal, pleading for Kojima to add them into Death Stranding 2 and being rejected, only for a VTuber to make the cut. Secondly, this isn't just any VTuber, it's seemingly Kojima's very favorite, as he's not only interacted with Pekora on live streams, but they've even met in real life after she was invited to the studio. So apparently can have all the accolades in the world, but what really matters to Kojima is the hours of anime disguised entertainment you've provided him while playing his games.
My dude, it's not about what you know, it's about who you know. And
Yes.
he knows Kojima. Like, you know what? I'm just gonna say this right now. This article was written by the saltiest motherfucker.
Yes, it really was.
Mhm.
Like this just comes across as pure salt and jealousy and like, who's this fucking anime girl and why is she in the game? That's what this article sounds like.
She is clearly a popular VTuber, so shut the fuck up and get over it.
Exactly. But
Her
like I
mother's more
said,
popular, though.
King of late night talk shows Conan O'Brien was in the past one. Horror manga legend Junji Ito, ex PlayStation boss Herman Hulst, and Remedy's Sam Lake. Edgar Wright all appeared as holographic NPCs called preppers that give the player character his missions. Yeah.
I mean, to be fair, though, Sam Lake is a fantastic individual.
Yeah. Also, so is Edgar Wright. Like, I fucking love... Like, if we didn't have Edgar Wright, we would have never got Scott Pilgrim versus the World. Also, Hot Fuzz.
Yes.
And, well, Shaun of the Dead. Which is my favorite of all of those. I fucking love Shaun of the Dead. I love the Batman soundtrack. Toss it. I'm like, how dare you? The Batman. Oh no, wait. No, I understand why. Because it's like half of it is a score, and then the other half is Prince. If it was just the score, I'd be like, nah, that's cool. But yeah. All right. On to the next thing. You know what? Monster Girl.
Boy, yes.
Yes. Monster fucker boy.
Yeah, I do the loving of monsters.
Uh-huh. I should have just straight up said monster fucker to begin with.
Yeah.
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 Yeah, that would have saved a bit of time.
Monster fucker wilds. Like literally I could just replace
You think that's
any
not a game
Monster-
someone's working on right now? Just wait.
You think they're still working
yes,
on it?
they're-
It's already been done.
Yes.
It's already
yes,
a
yes.
fully
That's called
released
Sapphire Safari.
There's even an anime
On
about
Steam
it.
now. You can play it. There's a
There's-
demo.
Speaking of which, Moon, look into Spirit Valley.
Yes, sir.
Okay. Give us a sec. All right, monster fucker. Read the next story.
Which one?
Dive. Shutter start streaming 1985 Vampire Hunter DOVA on Friday. Of anime available with English subtitles, dub in US, Canada, UK, Ireland, Australia, and New Zealand. AMC Networks announced on Wednesday that High Dive and Shudder will begin streaming The Vampire Hunter D original video anime OVA on Friday. The release will be available with both English subtitles and an English dub for users in the United States, Canada, the United Kingdom, Ireland, Australia, and New Zealand. High Dive, Shudder, Iconic Events Releasing, and the Anime Expo's AX Cinema Nights program screened the OVA in over 600 theaters in the United States and Canada on April 9th, 10th, and 13th earlier this year to celebrate the anime's 40th anniversary. AX Cinema Nights describes the film. In the year 12,090 AD, technology and the supernatural have overtaken the world, leaving the land desolate and despotic. The remnants of humanity are scattered into small communities and live in fear of vampires who compose of ruling nobility. When Court Magnus Lee tastes the blood of Doris Lang, she is forcefully chosen to be his next wife. In an effort to escape her ill gotten fate, she hires a mysterious vampire hunter, only known as D, who comes from a peculiar lineage. The Vampire Hunter D debuted in Japan in December of 1985. Sentai Filmworks has the license to the film and last released it on Blu ray disc in 2022.
It's kind of the best way to describe it is to think of like space western on Earth with vampires.
Yes. Have you seen it, Hoshi?
Bits and pieces of it.
Yeah,
We're gonna have to sit down and watch it
no,
in its
you
entirety.
know what? It's funny you should mention bits and pieces when describing Vampire Hunter D.
So y'all could probably put that on my list too.
Okay,
Because
good
like
to know.
I watched, because like I was young, like obviously I wasn't alive when it came out, but like there was a lot of animes I wasn't
sadly.
really allowed to watch.
No, I get that. I absolutely
Yeah.
get that. Yeah.
Look, anyways, we all know what the D stands for, right?
Dude, I'm still
Daniel.
surprised. I'm still surprised that I got away with that. My parents let me watch a bunch of the movies and TV shows that I watched as a kid. Like, dude, they let me watch Police Academy at 5 years old. If you know anything about what goes down in Police Academy, you're like, what the fuck? And it's like,
I know everything about
Yeah.
Police Academy.
all right.
Fucking love those movies.
Yeah. All right. Viz acquires One Punch Man Season 3. Viz Media announced on Tuesday it will start the third television anime season based on One and Yusuke Murata's One Punch Man manga in October. The acquisition includes the theatrical, television, digital, home entertainment, ancillary, and merchandising rights across North America, Latin America, and Oceania. The third season of One Punch Man will premiere in October. And then there's more background on like what all's going into it. And yeah, we ain't nobody got time for that.
Honestly,
No.
that makes me very happy to know that they got that.
All right, the next two are yours, Fenris. We got the Schooled, Get Schooled, and then the Texas.
And then
School.
Texas.
Yep.
Okay.
Gotta pay your Texas.
So Netflix is no stranger to adapting bold and provocative content, but its upcoming series Get Schooled is already facing serious backlash before it even airs. Based on the Korean webtoon of the same name, the drama is drawing criticism from educators who believe it sends the wrong message about how schools should function. At the center of the firestorm is the Korean Teachers and Education Workers Union, KTU for short, a powerful voice in South Korea's education sector. The KTU has publicly demanded that Netflix cancel the adaptation, according to Anime News Network, citing concerns about the show's portrayal of violence and the disrespect it shows to teachers. In a statement titled Violence is Not True Education, the union argued that the series distorts the role of educators and undermines efforts to promote a respectful, rights-based learning environment. While Netflix has yet to respond formally, the controversy is raising questions about the line between creative expression and social responsibility. The main premise of Get Schooled involves a government official who uses physical force to correct student behavior in schools. For the KTU, this narrative is not just troubling, it is dangerous. The union argues that depicting violence as a legitimate tool for maintaining order could normalize aggression in classrooms and erode democratic conflict resolution. They believe the story legitimizes state backed force, effectively endorsing corporal punishment, which has been banned in South Korean schools. KTU also takes issues with how the original webtoon portrays educators. Teachers are often shown as ineffective or overly passive, creating a simplistic good versus evil dynamic that does not reflect the real challenges faced by education professionals. According to the union, this one sided portrayal reduces the complex role of teachers and discourages meaningful conversation about how to support both educators and students. Beyond its treatment of teachers, Get Schooled has also been criticized for its portrayal of marginalized groups. Critics note that the webtoon often casts women and people of color as antagonists, reinforcing harmful stereotypes. This, combined with the show's focus on violent solutions, raises broader concerns about the cultural messages the series may be sending to viewers both in Korea and abroad. While Netflix and the show's creators have promised a more sensitive approach in the live acting version, many remain skeptical. The director and writer Jong Chon Hong and Nam Kyu Lee respectively have strong track records, but the KTU insists that creative credentials are not enough to justify adapting a story with such contentious themes. As the debate intensifies, the fate of Get Schooled may come down to how far entertainment companies like Netflix are willing to go in balancing storytelling freedom with social accountability.
Yeah, I don't know how to
Now,
feel about this. My mom is a retired teacher.
now I read Get Schooled for quite a while.
Mhm.
And yes, some of the corrections that the main quote unquote protagonist dishes out. Holy fuck!
Okay.
Like like he's backed by the government to do what he feels needs to be done. Keep in mind, or should also have mentioned this. He is a former special forces member.
Oh shit.
That's not
It
okay.
is not uncommon for him to put students in the hospital with broken limbs.
Jesus Christ. Never mind. Okay, yeah, fuck. I can understand their concerns. All right.
Yes.
So I didn't know if you put this on here because like people were overly worrying, or if they were, or if this was justified. It sounds more like what the
It's
teachers union is
more
saying is kind of more leaning towards
it's
more
more
justified.
justified.
Yeah.
Yes.
Alrighty. On
Yeah,
to the
I
next bill.
believe if who I think is the teacher, one of these pictures literally shows, I assume, a frame from the manhwa. He's holding an asp baton.
Yes, that
That is
is
a
his
metal
main
rod used to beat people.
that
Oh
is his
gosh.
main form of correction.
Hmm.
I'm not okay with this.
All right. On to Texas fucking up again.
Yes, the Texas Senate has unanimously passed a bill that, if enacted into law, could potentially criminalize the possession of anime, manga, and video games featuring characters appearing to be minors in obscene situations. Senate Bill 20, aimed at combating the creation and distribution of CSAM, includes depictions in cartoon or animation within its definition of prohibited visual material. Senate Bill 20 is set to take effect on September 1st of this year, provided it is passed by the Texas House of Representatives and signed into law. The bill, which seeks to amend Chapter 43 of the Texas Penal Code by adding Section 43.235, defines an offense as knowingly possessing, accessing with intent to view, or promoting obscene visual material containing a depiction that appears to be of a child younger than 18 years of age, engaging in activities described by Section 43.2, Section A, Subsection 1, Subsection
Wait,
B.
where are you reading
Yeah,
this from? Because the link that I got is not the same.
which one? Okay, you are
The
on
Outer
the
Haven.
second article. I'm on Anime
I
Hunch,
didn't know
which is
that you
another one of the
posted
links.
2 articles. I only
Yeah,
added one.
there were 2.
Oh, dang it. All right. Hang on. I gotta grab the other one. Donk. Okay.
This is the one that leads up to the other one
Okay,
that I'm
give me a
reading right
second.
now.
Delete that message. Delete this one. Because I'm just going through and deleting the stuff we've already talked about, too.
Okay.
Yeah, okay. And. Jeez. We've
And
already gone
yes,
through quite a
Spider,
lot.
they basically just did effectively ban Romeo and Juliet.
Ah, I see. All right.
Okay.
That's the first
Now,
one. Now the second one? Oh, okay. Anime hunch or
Hunch.
munch?
Yes. Hunch.
Okay.
Munch is a different context.
I
Yes,
mean,
that would be a completely different website.
I
Um,
mean,
the legislation explicitly states that this applies regardless of whether the depiction is an image of an actual child, a cartoon or animation, or an image created using an artificial intelligence application or other computer software. According to the bill, an offense under this section is a state jail felony, with penalties escalating to a third-degree felony for one prior conviction and a second-degree felony for 2 or more prior convictions for similar offenses. This broad definition has raised concerns within the anime, manga, and gaming communities, as many popular series feature characters who are depicted as being under the age of 18. Depending on how Texas lawmakers interpret the term obscene in relation to these fictional depictions, a wide range of content could potentially fall under the purview of this law. The definition of obscene material in Texas law includes material that, taken as a whole, lacks serious literacy, artistic, political, and scientific value. The subjective criterion leaves room for interpretation regarding whether certain anime, manga, or game content featuring underage characters in suggestive or sexualized scenarios could be deemed illegal to possess.
what the fuck would people in the Texas legislature know about scientific value?
Now, several popular anime and manga series have been known to portray minor characters in ways that could be interpreted as sexualized, such as Kill la Kill, Monogatari, or a whole host of ecchi anime. It may even be illegal to purchase merchandise of such minor character, think Marin Kitagawa from My Dress Up Darling, if the bill eventually becomes a law. The unanimous passage in the Senate suggests a strong bipartisan support for the bill's intent to protect children, but the potential implications for consumers of Japanese animation and comics remain a significant point of concern and discussion. And now on to the other one, the more up-to-date one.
Okay.
On May 22nd of this year, the House of Representatives voted on and passed SB 20, a bill created by the state of Texas that could end up banning all anime. The bill has been voted on and passed by the Senate on March 12th by both Democrats and Republicans. This means all that needs to happen is for Texas Governor Greg Abbott to sign it for it to become official law. The bill does not specifically target anime, however, anime, video games, and other forms of digital media could fall under the bill's scope of cracking down on explicit content involving minors, whether real, drawn, or AI generated. The bill would make it illegal to possess, share, or create obscene material depicting minors. Already read that. Okay, what that means for your 10,000-year-old demon masquerading as a 10-year-old girl remains to be seen. However, under this law, possessing that content could, in fact, land you behind bars. As of the time of this writing, Texas has not signed it into law. If it does get signed, the bill would become law on September 1st.
Which could also set precedent for other states to follow.
Yes.
Alrighty. We shall update you as we learn more of the situation. moving on, the FTC, or the Federal Trade Commission, in South Korea has identified a sweeping number of unfair contract terms used by major webtoon and web novel content providers, including clauses that allowing for the unauthorized production and use of derivative works such as films and dramas without proper consent from creators. According to a statement released on May 18th, the KFTC reviewed the standard contract terms for 23 content providers and found 1,112 unfair provisions across 141 contract templates and ordered the companies to revise them. The list includes leading names such as Reedy, Moonpia, DNC Media, YLab, Kidari Studio, StoryWiz, To You Dream, Redice Studio, Jaora, and Lezen Comics. For those that don't know, Redice Studio is one of the ones responsible for solo leveling. They are responsible for solo leveling. Unauthorized derivative works. 17 companies, including Daiwan CI and Millie's Library, were found to have contract clauses claiming full rights to create derivative works without explicit consent from the original creators, an act that violates Korean copyright law, which requires permission from the original author. Wow, just all over the place today. Broad copyright transfers. 12 companies, including Reedy, were found including clauses that transferred all derivative rights to the content provider, even when those works had not yet been conceived. Third-party usage without consent. 11 companies, including DCCENT, allowed third-party usage or transfer of rights without the author's permission. Unrelated rights and priority use. 8 companies, including Moonpia, inserted clauses demanding unrelated rights or priority rights for secondary usage, even when the rights had nothing to do with the initial contract. Author liability for all disputes. 21 companies, including YLab, used language holding authors fully liable for any and all legal or financial disputes, regardless of fault. Restrictions on author name and content alterations. 13 companies, including Somi Media, included terms of preventing authors from asserting name attribution or allowed the company to modify the work without the author's consent. Forced co-copyright registration. 8 companies, including Haxon Publishing, claimed co-copyright status even if they had nothing or had not contributed to the creative process. Automatic contract extensions. 7 companies, including Golem Factory, included automatic renewal clauses unless the author gave prior notice of termination, shifting the burden unfairly to the author. Use of works after contract expiry. 14 companies, including Soul Media Comics, were found to retain rights to use the work or its derivatives even after contract termination. One-sided termination clauses. 13 companies, including Jedam Media, included vague terms like "if deemed inappropriate" to justify unilateral contract termination without providing a chance for the authors to defend themselves. The KFTC previously investigated Webtoon platforms in 2018 and required revisions to clauses regarding derivative work rights. However, as exploitative contracts continued to surface, the Commission expanded its investigation this time to include both content providers and serialization platforms. Wow.
God damn.
Yep. That's a lot of shit. All right.
That is.
Guys, we kind of lightly touched on this last week, but I guess we should dive into it a bit further. It's time to do a postmortem of the 2025 Anime Awards. Or the Solo Leveling Awards, as it were.
Yeah.
Yeah. guys, keep in mind that this is season 1 of Solo Leveling, not season 2. And we learned a lot of things in the back end here about the process, or rather lack of process that's going on right now with Crunchyroll and their anime awards. If you have not checked out this video, the Solo Leveling Awards, Anime Awards 2025 bonus quest from Quest for the Best, please check that out. There's a lot of valuable information that's in there that we're not going to be able to cover. Mostly because we are running out of time. But I wanted to get you guys' thoughts now that we've had more clarity and a light shined on some of the behind the scenes of this. Go for it.
That is so stupid. Just the way it's like, okay, choose out of these lists. What's your favorite? All right, we have our nominees, huh? And then it's just a populist vote, which is just not fair.
One of the things they brought up was makes a lot of sense, but at the same time it sucks. You know, they brought up the fact that, Solo Leveling had some of the highest viewers on Crunchyroll versus Frieren, Apothecary Diaries, and all that.
Right.
And so much so that it had easily 2 to 3 times the numbers of each individual show.
Right.
Even more if they combined them.
Right.
So a mere like 10% of the viewers of Solo Leveling would far outweigh any votes that the fans of any of the other shows would tally up. So it's very skewed depending on the viewership.
Yeah.
And I know I did a shit job explaining it.
That's okay.
It kind of feels, I don't know how to describe it, dirty, I guess. I don't know.
No, absolutely.
It feels scummy.
Yeah. Or just sheer lazy. Sheer
Yeah,
laziness. Yeah. Like, they're trying to do an actual award show, have like a physical award show, have people come up and talk and everything. Like, it feels like Crunchyroll is trying to so hard to make this like anime Oscars, but it. I will say probably my favorite thing about the awards is that when the director won for Frieren, he brought a Frieren plush up on stage with him. It
Cute.
was
That's
adorable.
cute.
That was so cute. For the most part, this just seems like an excuse to get a bunch of celebrities together from both Japan and America. And,
So
and
yeah, it's
just
basically just
throw
the
them all together.
Oscars or the Emmys or
Exactly. It's like, we can have an award show. Like, we're anime fans. We don't need a physical place to have an award show. We can do a proper fucking award show.
we'd prefer not to have a physical place.
Also, just gonna go ahead and point this out. The real anime of the year is Frieren Beyond Journey's End. Fuck you, fight me.
Rules. I just enforce them.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
I was gonna say I'd prefer Delicious in Dungeon myself, but I see.
I
the
understand.
appeal.
I understand. It's a fucking crime that Delicious in Dungeon got nominated for so many and didn't take in a single win. Not one.
Yeah.
And that Apothecary Diaries only gets one? Are you fucking
It
kidding me?
really felt like Delicious in Dungeon was the nerdy kid that got invited to a jock party just to be laughed at the entire time.
Dude, my whole thing is like, honestly, that's what Frieren and Apothecary Diaries felt like too.
Mm.
I was like, they were all just sitting there looking at each other.
You know what else? You know what it really reminds me
Meanwhile,
of?
here comes Mushoku Tensei, first time.
So, thinking about it, remember all the years where Attack on Titan was nominated for damn near everything and won damn near everything?
Mm-hmm.
It's just a repeat of that, but with solo leveling this
It
time.
is that. It is that. And it's like, I think those are the years where he wasn't there. Like, where, like, this dude, he may have been there for, like, he was there for, like, one of them. Also, why the fuck is Attack on Titan winning any awards for this award show? They give it the, like, Global Achievement Award.
They
Bro.
made it specifically so Attack on Titan could win something.
So that Mappa and Kodansha would like you. You know who you need to kiss ass from? Toei. One Piece needs that Global Achievement Award. Also, people would agree. Like, its global impact is insane. What the fuck do I know? I'm just a talking head on the internet. Anyhow, any other thoughts? Any grievances you want to bring up before we start wrapping things up? Okie dokie. Well, guys, thank you so much for coming by and joining us for this episode of Anime Church. We hope that you were entertained. I could have brought...
Or at least walked away with more information on what you had before.
Yeah. And again, guys, once more, I'd like to go ahead and point out that we don't dive super, super deep into all of our topics. Some of them we kind of have to just let them kind of lightly go by. If you'd like to check them out, all of those are linked down in the description for each of our episodes. And of course, guys, if you want to help us out, best thing you could do is go ahead and hit that thumbs up button. Give us a like. Give us a subscribe. No, give us a subscribe. Ring that bell for more content. And of course, hit us up in those comments. Help us fight that algorithm. Really, really do appreciate all of you coming by and hanging out with us live. We do see each and every one of you. We just can't always respond for timing reasons. That being said, this is Anime Church. I'm Richie Roberts, your Minister of Science and Technology.
I'm Moonlight Sparks, your Mister of Arceology. Praise Arceus.
Wait, I'm Hoshi Nugget, your nun of nuggies.
And I am Fenrir Sarian, your patron saint of snackos and alcohol, who needs more alcohol.
And we'll see you tomorrow with more light novel reading. Bye-bye.
Oh.